You are here at Advanced Sales Mastery. Give a big welcome. Woo! My friends are like, we've never clapped this much in an event before. This is awesome. But the reason I started with celebrating some of the successes is because I want to start with talking about what does sales really mean. And it's great, we can celebrate, oh yeah, we made more money, but you are here because you want to make a difference. Am I right? Yes. Okay, we want to make a difference, and really the purpose of selling someone is never to sell them, it's never to close them. It's to give them a path to actually create the life that they want. And I always talk about how really your job when you learn these advanced sales mastery techniques is to get them out of their own way so that they can have the life that they've always wanted, always dreamed of, but have been too afraid to go and snatch, right? They don't know how to get it. So that's what sales is all about. I often talk about sales being a discovery of a match. Because we're just trying to figure out, is this a fit? Is this a fit? Or is it not, or maybe not now, okay? The funny thing about Carletta, putting her on the spot, she wasn't even going to be here today, she's already on the spot twice now, is that when we had the conversation, I saw all this opportunity for her, and then she was like, no, like, I'm not ready for them. And I was like, what? And I literally texted her back, you're a crazy girl. Like, you're a crazy girl. Because I really thought she was crazy. And then a week later, she's like, actually, I'm in. And I was like, okay, that makes more sense. But sometimes we get in front of people, and they do want that, the path, right? Notice, yes, the femme is right here. I know I do that on purpose. But our path to success, okay, we want to pave that path for them, and sometimes you're going to be in front of people and they're ready. They want it now. And it's just that their fears, their excuses, their beliefs are in the way of having what they want. No matter where they are, that's always the case. Whether or not they're ready to get past them, you can only pave the path, and if you do it well, they will walk that path. And if you don't do it well, they may or may not. Okay, so it's not like, oh, you suck, you're going to ruin their lives. But we know that if you do get to sell them, you get to help them. If you sell them, you transform their lives. If you sell them, you actually give them the opportunity to finally reach their dreams. And if it's not a fit, it's a no, awesome. How many of you love getting a yes? Say yes.
Yes.
Okay, how many of you love getting a no? Say yes.
That's not bad.
I actually love it. I like it. Okay, I would say this the same. I don't love it, but I like it. How many of you love getting a maybe? Hell no. Maybes suck, okay? We do not want you to get maybes. So my biggest goal for you this weekend is to give you the tools, the skills, the techniques, so that you can drive people to action. Drive people to what? Drive people to action, okay? We don't care if the action is a no. We don't care if the action is a yes. We prefer a yes. But we're actually, like, what we don't want is this maybe place, okay? Maybe means chasing. What other things happen when you get maybes? Tell me.
Self-doubt.
Self-doubt. And you or them or both?
I think both.
Right, absolutely. Self-doubt. A confused mind says
no.
And does
Nothing.
right. Some of you have been in my world for a long time. And I stole that one from Tony Robbins. There's a lot that I said that I steal from other people. They don't know. Awesome. So when we get a maybe, you might get self-doubt. You have self-doubt. Oftentimes we, especially I work with a lot of women, as you may have noticed, and we have a tendency to start to lose our confidence when we get those no's or we get those maybes, okay? And that happens. How many of you have heard about the belief loan phenomenon? Most of you have been in my world. I'm just going to explain that really fast. Okay. So just to make sure we're all on the same page, this is one of my favorite things here. This one I did not steal. Sure, I stole some of it. So your beliefs influence your behaviors, which influences your success, which again influences your beliefs. So if you get a no or a maybe, then you might start thinking, oh, I'm not good at this. Anyone over in this corner ever have that problem?
Maybe.
So Janet Janet, she's the only one in this room, I'm sure. Janet has a tendency to beat herself up. Anyone else have that problem? Okay, so do I. But Janet just likes to say it out loud a lot. And she allows me to coach her on it, so it's cool. So our beliefs influence our behaviors. If we get a no or we think we did it wrong, I was just telling the story about Janet the other day. I'll tell it to you again. I was talking about packages and programming, and so when I first taught this, and Janet and I had this conversation on one of our FEM calls, we really figured out her programs, her packages, and she was gonna, what I usually suggest, and we'll go over this in this event this weekend, I usually suggest you should have, a 6-month premium package, right? That's the most transformational program you can give. And then you maybe have something kind of like basic that's maybe 3 months. It's gonna help them have some transformation, but oftentimes it's maybe not as sustainable as getting a whole, like the habits in place and having it go again and again and again, right? And then, usually I recommend doing some sort of starter program where you maybe do, anywhere from like a jump start to 6 weeks, something like that. So Janet learns this. We come up with her programs at the FEM weekend, and we're like, you got your 6 month, you got your 3 month, you got this, you got that, right? And then the next week she calls, and what does she do? She gets on WhatsApp. We use WhatsApp as a tool a lot to celebrate. But of course, Janet wasn't celebrating. She goes, Robin, you're gonna kill me. I'm like, what? What's going on? You're gonna kill me. I had my strategy session today, and I didn't close a 6-month program. I didn't close a 3-month. You're not gonna know where this came from, but actually I closed a 4-month program for $4,500. I know. We didn't even talk about that. You're gonna be like, oh, what were you thinking? How did you come up with this? This is ridiculous. I'm like, no, I'm thinking, oh my God, but we tend to actually sell ourselves short and think, what did we do wrong instead of what did we do right, okay? And then those beliefs get us to like, oh gosh, maybe we did it wrong, so now we get down on ourselves and then we do a different behavior. What's cool is that we stopped that right there, shifted that belief where she borrowed my belief, the belief from the group, so I like to tell my women and men can do this too, to borrow the beliefs. Just trust me. You're going to learn a lot of new techniques, new strategies. Some things you're going to say they're not going to work, especially you financial advisors are going to say, oh, it definitely won't work on clients. And I'm going to say, yeah, maybe it could work. Okay, so we're going to open our minds. But you have these beliefs, and I'm just going to suggest maybe don't believe me, but just for this weekend, and from now until eternity, just borrow the beliefs. Even if you don't fully believe it, take the action, actually follow this incredible, what we call the holy grail of sales that you're going to get. This is just the most amazing tool. It's in there somewhere. But to follow this strategy session checklist that Trevor is going to go through with you tomorrow, and do that behavior, and then watch what happens.